and defence manufacturing capabilities, the maiden flight of the light combat aircraft Tejas Mk1A or Mk1A, manufactured at the third production line of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, was successfully completed on Friday in Nashik. This is in the western Indian state of Maharashtra, in the presence of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. The Defence Minister inaugurated the HAL's newly established third production line for its light combat aircraft, the Tejas Mk1A variant, and the second production line of HTT-40 at its Nashik facility in the western Indian state of Maharashtra. The LCA Tejas Mk1A got a water cannon salute after its maiden test flight. And speaking at the event, the Defence Minister said HAL Nashik has played the role of a strong pillar in taking India's defence manufacturing capabilities to new heights.
पिछले 6 दशकों से भी अधिक समय से एचएएल नासिक ने भारत की डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैपेबिलिटी को नई ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचाने में एक स्ट्रांग पिलर की भूमिका निभाई है। नासिक एक तरफ डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यानी निर्माण की प्रतीक है, तो दूसरी तरफ जरूरत पड़ने पर दुश्मनों का संहार करने की क्षमता भी रखती है। मैं मानता हूं कि महज केवल एक इमारत या किसी प्रोजेक्ट तक ही सीमित नहीं है, बल्कि रक्षा क्षेत्र में भारत की आत्मनिर्भरता को भी सिंबलाइज करता है, उसका प्रतीक है।
And applauding India's manufacturing system and capabilities, the Defence Minister said India does 65% of its manufacturing on its own soil.
जब मैं आत्मनिर्भरता की बात कर रहा हूं, तो मेरे जेहन में वह पूरी यात्रा भी चल रही है, जिसकी शुरुआत हमने 2014 से की है। एक समय था जब देश में रक्षा की जरूरतों को पूरा करने के लिए अन्य देशों पर हमारा देश निर्भर था और लगभग 65 to 70% डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट इंपोर्ट किए जाते थे। लेकिन आज स्थिति बदल चुकी है। अब भारत 65% मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अपनी ही धरती पर कर रहा है।
And further, Rajnath Singh said during Operation Sindoor, India's forces not only demonstrated their valor but also proved their trust in indigenous platforms.
भारत की सुरक्षा से जुड़ा हुआ जो पूरा इतिहास है, उसमें महज कुछ पल ही ऐसे हैं, महज कुछ क्षण ही ऐसे हैं जब एक साथ पूरे सिस्टम की असली परीक्षा ली गई है। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ऐसा ही एक मिशन था। इस मिशन में हमारी सेनाओं ने न सिर्फ अपने शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय दिया, बल्कि इंडिजिनस प्लेटफॉर्म्स, स्वदेशी प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर अपने भरोसे को और भी साबित किया है।
Clearly, this is a big moment for India's defence production facilities, this defence capabilities, indigenization, and much more. And we have Major General Sanjay Soy, well-known defence expert, to talk about it. Good afternoon to you, Major General. Just explain to us the significance of this moment. It goes far beyond the fact that India now has flown its indigenous light combat aircraft and advanced light combat 4.5 generation aircraft.
Absolutely, Gautam. Thank you so much for inviting and discussing this very, very important milestone for India, because when we talk of the modern aircraft, that 4.5 generation, as you have rightly mentioned, it has done its maiden test flight, though it is behind schedule about 2 years, but now when it was rescheduled, now it is done just a couple of days before its due date. So I compliment HAL for this. I compliment the private defense sector for this, because they have also contributed in making frame for this aircraft. And I also compliment the government decision to focus on indigenization. Now HAL had to ramp up. The government has given direction that now we cannot go slow only by having a capacity of production of 16 aircraft. Nashik will add another 8. Now HAL will have the capacity to produce almost 24 aircraft a month in a year, because with the phasing out of old aircraft, Gautam. Now MiG-21 is totally out. MiG-29s are getting older. Jaguar, Mirage 2000, they are getting older. They also need to be phased out. And there's a need to replace these with the ultra modern and a state of the art aircraft. That is where the Tejas plays a major role. And I'm so happy that a lot of things like you have mentioned, and Defense Minister has also mentioned, that 65% parts are indigenous. That's a major thing, Gautam, because what happens if we have the indigenous capability, then it takes lesser time for maintenance. It takes cheaper. It is cheaper, and we our supply chain is unrestricted. We can continue supply of aircrafts, and it is made as per our need. In Tejas, the way we have added on the Astra missile, we have added on our own ESA radar system, Uttam radar system on this. So it makes a whole lot of difference, and also it also helps in development of ecosystem for manufacturing. One aircraft manufacturing unit means hundreds of ancillary units which help in manufacturing the final product. Imagine the employment generation which it is creating. Imagine the foreign exchange we are saving. Imagine when we are talking of exports, like we are now thought process, we don't make for India, we make for the world. So there were already inquiries for Tejas, and when we talk of the like in 2025, we already crossed 23,000 crore in the last financial year. We had exported what more than 23,000 crore. That's a great jump from 2014, which Defense Minister had also brought out. And Gautam, I was part as in service in 2016. We got together. Firstly, DPP rule was changed. Defense procurement rules were changed. They made much user friendly. Now there's another change now last year, and we brought IITs. We brought private sector under one roof with CII, FICCI, and we discussed. We gave our requirement. We understood what they can do, and see the results now. See the results now. So many big private sectors are there
Yes.
competing with private public sector, whether it is Tata, Reliance, Baba Kalyani Group, or L&T. Besides that, there are many SMEs and MSMEs are there. So a whole ecosystem has become. Last year in the export, there were more export from private sector than the government sector. So it is a major milestone because the way our see the threat perception, Gautam, one side is Pakistan, one side China. We need to protect our air border, land borders, and with that, we need modern air force. And with Tejas 4.5 generation, more different weapon pods, air to air missile, air to ground missile, laser guided bombs, 23 guns, and besides that, modern radars, jamming system, electronic system, and better situational awareness for
So
pilot,
how
pilot
does it stack
cockpits.
up really compared to the defense capabilities or offensive capabilities that our enemies have, two of them being in our neighborhood itself?
Yeah, Gautam, because Pakistan has about 20 squadrons, we are left with 29 only, and there's a need with the way we are phasing out is very, very important. However, when we compare the Tejas with JF-17, which is the mainstay for Pakistan, it is coming out to be much better. It has got a better maneuverability, and it has got a stealth with the carbon fiber material, which is used for about 40 to 5%, it is lighter and absorbs the radar ray. It is stealth and better maneuverability, better range, air-to-air refueling. With drop tanks, it can go up to 3,000 kilometers. It can reach anywhere in Pakistan. And with the latest missile system, beyond visual range missile system, and laser guided bombs. It is a state of art weapon system. And at the same time, Gautam, we should also think of very good thing. And I think Rajnath Singh had also mentioned that now we are thinking of fifth generation. This is 4 by 5 generation. We are talking of fifth generation now. We are developing in talks with the Saffron of France to talk of the fifth generation aircraft. That is how we need to work. We need to think ahead, and we need to plan not for tomorrow 10 years ahead. Defense sector takes time to build, to deliver.
Okay,
It's
yes,
very, very
we have been
complex.
talking about the AMCA, we've been talking about the MMRCA as well. But Tejas, if you look at it, it was something that was initiated in '83. It's taken over 4 decades to come to fruition to this level where we have an advanced light combat aircraft. Do you think the gestation period will be much shorter in the case of the other projects that are being worked upon?
Yes, in fact, Gautam, what happened that earlier it was only PSUs, we were depending only on PSUs for research, for development of aircrafts, and the delays were there, a lot of bureaucratic delays were there, the funds were less. Now, with the corporation of the ordnance factories, there's a sword hanging on PSUs that private sectors have got an equal playing field, and the private sector also adding on. Like in Tejas, I believe that L&T and Tata have also are supplying some parts for Tejas also. Then there are other companies also, MSMEs and SMEs, who are supplying parts to this. So whole ecosystem has changed. The technology has gone much advanced, and our bureaucratic delays are being cut down with the latest DPP also. It has reduced further, and our focus is on indigenous. And with this aircraft coming in, now what happens? This ecosystem has come in. With this, now we have the technology. Now we will be working on further up. It is always takes time, more time to make a first one. After that, once that
Okay.
we are confident, we become more agile, and we are more scientifically oriented. It takes
And
time,
how
but
significant is this inauguration of the third HAL manufacturing or production line? Because it used to be meant for MiGs earlier, so it's been changed over, and it's the largest one now that HAL has, with the significant capabilities to manufacture and quickly deliver these jets.
yes, in fact, Gautam, it was very, very important because frankly, HAL was very slow in delivering, and which Air Chief had also highlighted. But the fact is that this is the push government has given, that we need to ramp up the production speed. With this third production line, which has come up now, which is it has increased the production level from 16 aircraft a year to 24. So I think the government has put an accountability on these organizations also. Earlier, Gautam, like private sector, there's a delay in production. There won't be there's no question, there would be penalties. There would be questions asked, and nothing was asked for PSUs. They would go scot free. Now there's a lot of accountability. I know, when I was in service, they would say, why this file has not moved? Why this no action has been taken for last 1 month on this proposal? So those kinds of accountability have changed the whole thing, and things have become much faster. And with this third production line was very, very important because we need to speed up. We are way behind schedule. If this production should have started, I would say, like you have rightly brought it, right from 84 onwards, they started now, even 24 also, delivery were to start for Tejas Smart 1. So very rightly, we need to ramp up and speed up production. Without that, we will not be. will be found wanting. Our men are brave, but unless we give them the latest aircraft, how will they fight? We need to keep our air force modern and agile.
Well,
Gautam.
certainly. Let's hope that these developments remain fast-paced, and our, especially our Air Force, keeps getting more muscle to keep, ward off all enemy aircraft and other challenges. Thanks a lot for joining us to talk about it, General Zoy.
Thank you so much.